If you struggle with overthinking, this video might save you months of wasted time, because the smartest women I know, they don't stall out because they lack discipline. They stall out trying to make the perfect choice. Have you ever stood in the grocery aisle frozen by 40 types of crackers, or spent 2 hours scrolling Netflix to only end up watching nothing? Now multiply that by choosing a calorie tracking app, or a fasting app, or a screen recording tool, or a video editor, or an investment company. Or my latest personal dilemma, spending months trying to choose between school, circle, and Mighty Networks because I wanted the right platform to be in my community. Yeah, this isn't about crackers. This is about not wanting to choose wrong. And here's the disruptive truth. You're not being discerning, you're delaying. Now let's talk about why this happened in the first place. High achieving women don't struggle with standards. They struggle with finality. Because once you choose, you close other doors. Hey, and our brain hates closing doors. So it whispers, research a little more, compare one more, watch one more, future-proof this. But what it's really trying to do is eliminate regret before it happens. It's trying to make sure no one can say you didn't think it through or you don't know what you're doing. It's trying to protect your identity as the smart one. Or it's trying to control the future so it can't disappoint you later. And that's impossible. A psychologist named Barry Schwartz studied this and found something truly fascinating. More choices don't make us happier. They make us anxious. He discovered two types of decision makers: maximizers, the ones who need the absolute best, and satisficers, those who choose what works. And if you're watching this right now, you're probably a maximizer. Go ahead and talk to me in the comments. Type max or sat and let me know which one you identify with. Now, guess which group is more stressed? Yep, those maximizers. You see, maximizers struggle before the decision and after it. They second guess, they recheck, they wonder what they missed. They don't just lose time choosing, they also lose energy living with the choice. And if you're like me, you don't want good enough, you want optimal. But guess what? Optimal keeps moving. See, when I was deciding between school, circle, and Mighty Networks for my community platform, I made spreadsheets, compared pricing tiers, watched breakdown videos, and imagined future scaling problems I didn't even have yet. I told myself I was being strategic, but what I was actually doing was delaying the discomfort of committing. Because the moment I chose, I'd have to live with that choice. But eventually I realized something that changed everything. I didn't need the perfect platform. I needed the platform that worked for the season I was in now. And that's when I created what I call the good enough gauge. So if you want to stop overthinking and get your momentum back, you need a filter. Because you don't need better options, you need better constraints. The good enough gauge is simple. 3 steps. And step 1 is where most people go wrong. Before you look at a single option, you decide what good enough means. For instance, 3 non-negotiables, not 10, not 12, 3. Now, when I chose a community platform, my 3 specs were: must support paid and free tiers easily, must be simple for me and my members to use, and must fit into my budget. Now, notice what's not on that list. Must be perfect, must guarantee success, must eliminate regret forever. Although all of those would be nice, now wouldn't it? See, you define the standard before you start browsing. Otherwise, that goalpost keeps moving and overthinking never ends. Step 2 is the first match rule. You look at options one at a time. You're not comparing them to each other. You're comparing them to your specs. Now, the first option that meets all of your specs wins. Not the prettiest one, not the trendiest one, not the one with the best marketing video, because that's what used to get me. The first one that hits your gauge. Now, your brain will scream, but what if there's something better? That's the glitch. That's the future-proofing fantasy. But know this, you're not choosing forever. You're choosing for now. Lastly, step 3 is to lock it in. This is where overthinking dies. The moment your gauge hits green, you stop. No more tabs, no more comparison videos, no more just one more look. You lock it in, because good enough isn't settling, it's strategic momentum. And here's something most people never realize. Sometimes you're not choosing a tool. You're choosing the version of yourself you think it represents. The more disciplined version, the smart investor version, the visionary founder version. And if you choose wrong, you're afraid that says something about you. That you're careless, that you're not serious, that you're not really who you think you are. But a tool doesn't define you. A decision doesn't define you. And choosing wrong does not mean you failed. It means you made the best decision you could with the information you had. That's it. So here's your micro dare. Where in your life are you over-optimizing, over-analyzing, overthinking right now? Tools, health, money, strategy? Write down your specs, pick the first option that hits them, and move. Because perfection is a fantasy, but momentum, that's your strategy. And if you're tired of losing weeks or even months to decisions you're afraid to make, join me in the Escapers Lab, where I put together free worksheets to help you practice this and the other loop breakers in this series. In addition, there's a supportive community where we experiment with other mindset shifts together. No pressure, no perfection, just progress. Links in the description below. Now, the next video, we're zooming out even further because sometimes the problem isn't the options directly in front of you. It's that you're trapped in right now anxiety. And I'm going to show you how to get a 30,000 foot perspective on your life. And it might completely change how you see the decision you're stuck on right now. Because when you change your altitude, clarity hits differently. Before you go, hit that like button if this gave you even one aha moment. It tells YouTube this conversation matters. And if you're ready to stop overthinking and start moving, subscribe so you don't miss the next loop breaker. Now, my fellow escaper, go be your own kind of different, and I'll see you in the next one. Toodles!